Hi, I'm Daniel, aka Second Interval. Welcome to the Euclidean. The Euclidean is a sequencer which modifies input notes like an arpeggiator and has far more options and is far more capable than a usual arpeggiator. You have seen that I have changed the tune spread right now in the demo, and the tune spread is just how much is it allowed to use different notes, and I can use this as octaves with fifths, which is a melody on its own, and also free. Then it's allowed to use any note in whatever scale I define. Then we have the number of pulses, which provides a way to put pulses on the steps I have defined. You see this at the bottom, 3, 4, 5, and it spreads them evenly. So the more I make here, like 9, we'll spread 9 pulses over the sequence. Also, you can modify the number of steps, and when steps equals pulses or is less, then all pulses are of course filled. So if I want a bit of a polyrhythm, then I use a prime number as steps and a prime number as pulses. Then this will not be the same on each run. So I have a sustain pedal here at the floor which holds my notes, and that way I can just tap some notes and hold it with my foot. Alright, let's reduce tune speed a bit, and even let's define the tune speed on a fader of mine, like that one, save, and let's define the number of pulses also to a fader, that one, and now I'm able to change the pulses and the tone spread. And when I play now, you hear nothing because we have 0 pulses, but if I add pulses here, I can play the Euclidean without looking at my display. I can just put this away and save the config and use this in my live setup. This is not all the Euclidean can do. We can, if we have a 5-step pulse here, you see it better, we can rotate the pattern forward and backward, and that way make a nice rhythm. Let me run the rhythm in the background. So the octaves is just like a arpeggiator. It can spread over several octaves. Let's make 2 here. Then we have a phase. The phase is a wave over the pulses. You hear that best if we have many pulses. Let's make many pulses. Like everything full, and the phase is a wave that goes over these pulses, and where the wave is high, the pulses appear, and you can see here the wave is beginning to be high here at the step 15 and ending its high at step, 5, and I can define how far the wave spreads by defining the open here, and the more open I get, the more steps I get. So I have space with the wave in my pattern for other things to be there melodically, and I can define how many cycles the wave should have in this pattern, 2, 3, and you see now we have 3 highs in this wave and an interesting rhythm. The gate is just the note length gate, how long the note is held. The accent value with the fade in and fade out is interesting if you have support for accents or for velocities at least, which I currently don't, because then you can grow or shrink with another wave the velocity of this pattern. Then there is the jitter. The jitter is best heard if we open this fully. And now you hear that every note is played on point exactly, and the jitter makes this human. It adds error. This is not a swing, this is just error by random, and this makes just the whole pattern more human and pleasing to hear, at least in my ears. Then there is the snap. I already showed you. Now we have only fifth. You hear that best if I only play one note. If you can hear it, we have fifth. This is not just octaves. And now we have just octaves. And with free, it's playing all the notes in this scale with that spread probability. Then if we have not so many pulses, like only 5, and my wish is to always have step 1 on, I can override and turn it on, even accented, or I can force it off. So there's a mode for automatic, and for example, I dislike the last step to be on, I can turn it off. Now it's forced off, I can force this off too. And no matter how many pulses you make, these stay forced off, even if I fill it up. And I can make them automatic again, which is now the case. Then we have different patterns. That means if I have one rhythm here, I can switch to a different pattern with different settings, or pattern 3 with the default settings. And if I like pattern 2 and just want to make a variation of it, I long tap on 3, say override from current, go to 3 and then improvise on that and go back to 2. As soon as I want, just tap 2 and I'm back on the previous settings. Okay. This is the Euclidean. Hope you're having fun. Map everything to your controllers and play it without a display. This is the most and the best you can do with it. Leave comments below what you think about the Euclidean. This is free software. You download it on your Raspberry Pi, install it, and connect your devices with USB, MIDI USB to the Raspberry Pi. Leave a comment, hit like please, and maybe subscribe if you're interested in more videos like that. Thank you.